Alrighty, so I grouped my pieces in three categories: top and shorts and long pajama pants, because I did before multiple pajama pants and shorts. I am not really scared of this part. I want to attack something which terrifies me the most, which is pajama top. It seems like this top has so many pieces, and I think that what I notice and learn about myself, the more pieces pattern has, the scariest I get about the pattern, because it seems to be complicated. So we're gonna start with pajama top and assembly the color first, which seems to be number one step in the pattern description. And in midtime, as we're doing this, I have to tell you guys that this scissor saved my life. The amount of cut pieces I had to make for this pattern was insane, and I cut it using this electrical scissors in no time. So the pattern also says that you should iron the interfacing on. Because I'm using fleece, I'm not doing interfacing on it. If I would do this cotton pajamas, I probably would, but because I'm working with a fleece, I'm gonna skip that part of the project. So I cut two pieces, but I didn't need it to. So basically we need to put right sides together, which in this case, yes, it's gonna be this. And we will assemble and stitch it right over here, and then I'm gonna run it with my serger and do one beautiful finish stitch as it's being suggested, and I am very excited to actually use it for. So that's what we're gonna stitch, and that will be our number one step. Oh guys, this is the first sewing instructions, which literally says in every step, finish the edges with the overlock or zigzag. I love seeing that because I just invested money in this serger machine. So I am so happy that this project required to use overlock and I don't have to do everything zigzag because it's so slow. And my first ever serger stitch just happened. Look at this. This is just fantastic. Look. It looks amazing, right? It looks excellent, right? So we're gonna go to the part number two, step number two, which is actually connecting the front and the back, and we're gonna connect it by shoulders and by sides, and I think we're gonna serge that too. Okay, lovely bunnies, I have to tell you that I am totally freaking out over this serger. I just changed the threads, and everything in this pattern has to use overlock, and guys, just look at the stitch. It's just yummy. If you are new to sewing and if you are exploring the world of sewing, you must have it. I got this serger on sale at Joann's during the Christmas big sale, and this is my money best spent, like $149 after sale, when normally the serger goes for $279, and this is the newest model. And I want to introduce you to Chuchu and Coco. That's the very miniature two chickens, but let's get to the project. Next thing, we're gonna do a packet, and the packet requires some skill here. And now whole pajamas, you might want to add a piping for extra details. And it's up to you if you want to do piping or if you don't want to do the piping. I think I'm gonna do the piping, and I will use the bias tape, in this case yellow bias tape, to do my piping. And I never did that before, so I'm gonna try it. I cut out 2 pockets, one gonna be the test one and one gonna be the one which actually potentially will work well. So I stitched like you saw, first bias tape, and then I stitched the ruffles on top of bias tape. So this is my test piece. If it's gonna come out right, then I'm gonna keep it. If not, I'm gonna try again on the second pocket which I have. And as you know, I'm very short with fabric, so this is the literally, if that's not gonna work, then I'm gonna have to try it. So now we're gonna actually flip it and see we have this beautiful piping around, and we're gonna stitch with a nice finish stitch right along the edge. So we're gonna have beautifully finished pocket, and everything gonna actually sit. See, like, it's not perfectly even because I am very new to it, but I am still able to adjust it during the final stitch and make the piping look very even. So I'm gonna, for now, clip it from this side, so I will know. So I will keep it in place just like that, because this side was a little bit wider than everywhere else. And then I'm just gonna stitch it around this and finish the pocket this way. And I will attach it to my pajama. Okay guys, so I finally finished my pocket. I was kind of on the fence. In the beginning I did a bias tape on top of the pocket, and then I thought like, well, it's like a little bit too much yellow for me. So then I just fold it and stitch it. I can demonstrate it for you. It was kind of looking like that. It's not bad, but I think it's like, maybe it's a little bit too much. That would be looking like this. So I kind of decided not to do the bias tape. Now I am kind of on the fence if I really want the pocket. It seems to be very big. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna attach the pocket yet until I'm gonna be done with the whole front and the color and everything. And then I will decide if I want the pocket, because this pocket seems to be really big for my taste. But it's done, so I will see, I think, at the end, even though it's gonna be a little bit harder to attach at the end, or maybe not. As a matter of fact, I will decide at the end of the process if I actually want the pocket on my chest. Since I am very much on the fence with this pocket, I made another one since I have the extra one as a test. Maybe I'm just gonna use the pocket with the piping on it without having ruffles. Now I'm kind of struggling and sitting here since half an hour reading directions how to attach a collar. So my understanding is, first we just sandwich the top collar together on top, and then we're gonna attach facing. So I think I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna try to figure it out by piecing out everything. What do I do next? I told you guys that I never did this type of collar before, so I think that's how it really goes. That first we attaching the top pieces and we sandwich our main fabric in between, and then we attach the facing. I think once I'm gonna see everything stitched, then I'm gonna have better understanding what to do next, because now I am so confused and I'm sitting here and I still didn't figure anything out yet. Pattern directions are pretty useless. There is so many pieces, and literally for this top it's just 3 steps out there. So my assumption is that this pattern is more for someone who is more advanced and they know what they're doing, so they don't need that many directions. So if you are intermediate or beginner, just forget about it. Just get a similar pattern for pajamas, which has more directions, because this one doesn't come neither with video or with good directions, so I had to figure it out myself. So what happened is I did this, how do they call it? Piping. I did the piping in the collar, and same thing on the sides, and I'm still trying to figure out how to connect everything. So I put the piping in the sides, I don't know how you call this professionally, and in my collar, and I attach them and stitch them together. So probably now the best idea would be to create a buttonholes, since the sleeves are not attached yet, and the whole pajama top, it's still very much open. So I think I'm just gonna go with the flow and use my brain and actually do it the way I think it makes sense for me, because there is no really directions anymore, and just finish this top based on what my common sense and semi experience tells me, because I can't count on these directions anymore. The only step which is left is how to attach the sleeves, and I know how to attach the sleeves. As a matter of fact, after giving it a thought, what I have decided to do, I opened the sides, because I don't like to attach the sleeves with the sides which is closed. I like to attach the sleeve and then close the whole side. So I decided to open it just on the side like this. And I think the next thing, actually not doing a buttonholes or attaching the sleeves, I'm gonna attach the bottom ruffle, front ruffles and the back ruffle, and then I think I'm gonna attach the sleeves, then I'm gonna close the top, then I'm gonna attach probably the pocket if I still want the pocket, and at the end I will decide about the buttonholes and how many buttons do I want to. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stitch my ruffle. I'm gonna see maybe if I need to ruffle up a little bit more than... Okay, my ruffles are successfully attached, and I'm gonna show you how it's the easiest for me and how I like to attach the sleeves. So that's this one side which is totally open, as you see over here. And what's my favorite technique to do the sleeves, and they always come out neatly, there is no issues under your armpits. I like to fold the sleeve half, okay, and mark it where my half is. So it's going to be right over here. Then we obviously right sides together, and we know that the middle is right over here, right? So how I like to do it, I know where the middle of my sleeve is, and now I'm just gonna stitch it all the way around, and I'm just gonna stitch my sleeve into the body of my piece. And once I'm gonna stitch the sleeve all the way to here, I'm gonna run one side closed. I will show you once I stitch this. Then you're gonna see it's gonna be one long line, and my sleeve going to be closed at the same time when I'm gonna be closing the side of the body of my pajama. Okay, so what I did, because there was not enough ruffles, I put it through my serger again, and I changed the intensity, and I ran it one more time, and now ruffles are perfect for the back. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna attach my ruffles to the back of my pajama top, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for the ruffles in front. I'm gonna see if I ruffled my fabric enough. If yes, I'm gonna attach it to the front, and then I will potentially run through the serger one more time if I need to. My sleeve is stitched, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold right sides together just like that, and we're gonna stitch it all the way from the top to the bottom, and that's how we're gonna close everything, including the sleeve, and having like a perfect under armpit connection. So that's your touch points over here, and that's where you actually stitch it, and then we're gonna finish the sleeve, and we can decide if we want to go with bias tape or it's going to be just like a simple sleeve. And I still didn't decide about my pocket, so that's still upcoming decisions. And this is day 3 of my pajamas. Day 1 was preparing the pattern, cutting out the pattern. It took me a few hours. Day 2 was actually putting the pajama top together. And well, that was quite a journey, and I finished it last night, and that's how the pajama top is looking like. And I still didn't decide about the pocket, if I want regular pocket like this one, or I want the raffle pocket like this one. I am leaning more toward the simple one because I think it's already a lot of raffles in it. So I think I'm gonna go with a very simple pocket. And I want to have a pocket, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you remember, I didn't have enough fabric for the pockets for pants and shorts. So I had to decide either pants or shorts will have a pocket. So whichever not going to have a pocket, I'm gonna have a pocket in my pajama if I need to put a tissue in it or chapstick or even my cell phone. So pajama top always will have a top pocket if it's gonna be paired with the piece of this set which doesn't have a side pockets like my sweatpants. So that's the only thing which I have to finish right now. And today I'm gonna be putting both bottoms together because they are pretty similar. So it should take no time because I already prepared my raffles for everything. These are the biggest part of the whole project, but now since I have a serger, I did my raffles once I learned it because it was also learning curve that included in my serger. Since I figured out how to use my serger for raffles, it was no time, so I did all raffles all together at the same time. So at this point, it's just putting my long bottoms together and the shorts together and untouch the raffles, and then I have to quickly make a decision which one gonna have a pocket or not. And yeah, and that will be it. So top was quite a journey just because the lack of directions in the pattern instructions. There was almost 0 to none directions, and I had to figure. Yesterday I have my sewing machine, something happened when I was trying to figure it out what's going on, because my zigzag, I wanted to create a buttonholes for my adorable egg buttons, and for some reason zigzag refused to work. So I'm pretty upset about it because I spent quite a few hours to trying to figure out what's going on, and the zigzag part is still like skipping this stitch and making not a very tight stitch. So I'm still working on it, and you know, some buttonholes are not perfect, and as you know, I just had very limited fabric. So well, it is what it is. It's always something. And I made it. I'm happy. They look decent, not as I would want to, but they look decent. Today we're doing only pajama bottoms. I do not need a zigzag stitch for buttonholes because if I need a zigzag, I'm gonna use my serger. So it should be pretty straightforward process, and I should be able to do this 2 bottom pajama pants in one afternoon because it's already afternoon. I had some errands to run today, so I had late start, but because the lack of directions for the pattern, I did so many shorts and so many pants. I really don't need directions for I really don't need the directions how to put pajama pants and pajama bottoms together. I'm gonna be fine without this, even with the pockets. So let's get started, let's do it, and let's enjoy the new warm pajamas. The thing which we're gonna need to do is stitch the pockets together. In she has a little bit different pockets. She has the pockets in angle, not the ones which I did in previous pajamas. So we're gonna stitch these pockets in angle over here, and then we're gonna add the another side of the pocket and stitch them together before we're gonna actually attach. We're gonna put the pants together. So once you're gonna stitch it, you're gonna have a little bit extra fabric here, so trim it as much as you can so you're not gonna have any bulk over here. And I'm gonna probably run through the serger. Since I have a serger now, I'm gonna run everything through the serger. I finished my long pajama pants, and they came out amazing. I love the pockets, I love everything. The only thing which I have to say, I used this elastic band, and because it's fleece and it's fairly like bulky, it didn't hold my waist really well. So I had to replace it for 1-inch elastic band, and it's way better. What I also did, I have to kind of adjust the waist because it was way too big on me, and I like my pajamas to be oversized and comfortable, but it was too oversized and comfortable. So now I have a shorts to make, and the whole set will be ready, and I'm gonna be of making long pants. It's exactly same as making a shorts, right? It's the same sewing process. The only difference is shorts are short and the pants are longer. So I show you how to put long pants together in using a shorts as example. Remember when I told you that I don't have enough fabric to make a pocket for one of either shorts or long pants, and I used the pockets and I did the pockets for the long pants, but I didn't have enough for the shorts. So the problem is, which I didn't know and I just learned about it, and I will tell you in more detail over my sewing thoughts, that this pattern has specific cut for the pocket, which I didn't realize this. I don't have that much experience. Now I have an issue because I have to close this. So I either gonna cut out the pocket from like different fabric or try to stitch the leftovers, which I have, to create enough fabric to make a pocket for this pants. And before I'm gonna show you how to actually put these shorts together, I think I'm gonna have to come up with a solution how I'm gonna actually create the pocket, because this pattern is cut specifically in angle for the pocket. So I am not able to close this pattern unless I'm gonna attach the pocket to it. So I have some fabric left over. I don't know if that's gonna be enough for 2 pockets and finishing that, or maybe I can find white fleece and use the white fleece as a pocket because I have plenty of that. So maybe I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna grab the white fleece and make a pocket using white fleece, and that's how I'm gonna actually fix this problem which I have. And this is another thing which I actually learned about the concept of making. So if you have understanding of engineering behind this type of pockets, you probably know that this part is invisible. So this part of the pocket is invisible. The back of the pocket, it's actually the one which creates this kind of look. Let me grab my pens. Which creates this visible part of the pocket. So because, as I told you, I have very limited fabric I have available, what I have decided, I created the background pocket from whatever I had left. But what I did, I don't need big and deep pockets. So this is the original size, and this is the size which I cut out from leftover pockets. So I had to trim it quite a bit. So because I didn't have enough fabric to actually cut this few inches more. So first of all, I cut out the background for this pocket. I made it way smaller. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna actually customize this invisible part of the pocket to be matched with the pocket which I just, with the background pocket I just cut out. So basically the only thing which I need to do is go over this side, because this side is crucial. You need to have exactly same size opening like you have on your shorts. And I'm just gonna trim the excess of the fabric, and I'm just gonna basically end up with having a few inches smaller pocket than original design. That's number one. Number two, I had to use the other color of the fleece, as you see over here, in order to make this invisible quote pocket. And I'm not worried about that aspect, because as I said, you're not gonna see this part when you're wearing your pajamas. You're only seeing this part. So actually I was pleased that I made it at least with one side of the pocket, and I had enough for that. And you know that I was scraping for fabric. And this was also my personal error, because I should think about it ahead of time. When I was cutting my shorts, I had enough fabric to actually don't cut this angle. But if you remember in my original clip, I wasn't sure which shorts or the long pants I'm gonna make with pocket, which I didn't anticipate that that's gonna happen. And that's another fun lesson, and that's something to learn for me for the future reference if I'm gonna face similar situation like that. So let's get into the assembly part now. As far as assembly part goes, we gonna face it up with right side up, and we're taking this part, which this At this point, I don't care which one is right, which one is left. And I'm gonna connect it to original shorts. So you basically have to stitch along this side over here, okay? And then we're gonna attach the back of the pocket. Okay, we're gonna stitch it around over here, attach it to the waist before we're gonna actually do the waist. And as you see, we're ending up with having a regular finish of the shorts. So now, as you see on the video, it's not really relevant what color of the fabric you use on this side if you're ending up having the pattern with this type of pocket engineering. The more important thing is to have this part of the pocket in the same color, or you might want to have different color. It's entirely up to you. So at this point, see, like I stitched the pocket and then I flipped it and make a top stitch, and I made sure that the yellow fabric, it's not peeking through, because I do care not showing this fabric, and I do care not showing this fabric on this side, especially that the yellow, it's not the same color as the yoke. If I would have the same yellow, I wouldn't mind, or if I would say same turquoise, I wouldn't mind, but because it's different yellow, I didn't want to introduce fourth color into this. So I made sure that when I'm flipping it, I'm gonna top stitch it the way that you're not gonna be able to see the different yellow. Now I'm gonna align those two together, just like that, and I'm gonna stitch them around and attach them to the waist over here. Okay, after our pockets are attached, just like that, we will put our shorts together. So right sides together, we will align this part, and we will align with that side as well. Oh, I might have to do some trimming, and we're gonna stitch this side first, and then I think I'm gonna attach the ruffles before I'm gonna close my shorts. Yeah, so first I'm gonna stitch this sides together, and before I'm gonna stitch those two, I will actually attach my ruffles first, because I want to close my ruffles at the same time when I'm gonna be closing my shorts. Okay, so once my sides are stitched where the pocket is, as you see, I attached my ruffles to the bottom of my shorts, right sides together, and I have a little bit more ruffle, which I'm gonna trim it. My serger doesn't trim the ruffle exactly the size of the shorts, so you're gonna always, if you're using sergers, you might always end up having a little bit extra, which is totally fine. Now I'm gonna stitch my ruffle to the bottom of my shorts, and it's gonna be time to close the shorts right over here, and it's gonna be one long stitch all the way down, and that's how we're gonna close the shorts, attach the waist, put an elastic in it, and that will be it. Okay, so everything is closed and the shorts are closed, guys. They look very, very awesome. I decided to do it, which this was last minute decision of the camera, to add the piping to the shorts. I didn't add piping to my long pants because I thought it's so low, nobody gonna even notice, but the shorts, you know, are like up there, so you can see the tiny details. So I added the piping in between, and actually, since I used the other pocket for my top, I was thinking that since I have this pocket left, I might attach it to my shorts on my butt, because I already have it and I don't have this fabric, so I thought that would be super cute. So I might attach this before I'm gonna attach waist, and yeah, and we're gonna be done. So the next clip you're gonna see me is wearing these pajamas and giving you my sewing thoughts, guys. Hi, good morning. It's a perfect time to have excellent conversation and monologue, let's say, about my excellent pajama set. As you see, I'm wearing them right now, and I'm wearing the short version of it. I'm sorry, my gimbal will follow me, so I can't show you the bottom, but oh my goodness, I love it so much. I really love the fact that I was able to find quilting fabric which is exactly same pattern as my pajamas, just obviously were way smaller print. I love the fact that there is 3-piece set. It's winter, it's about 28 degrees outside right now, and it's very cold. So I just finished actually photo shoot that's for these pajamas, that's why I'm wearing shorts. But on day like this, I would definitely wear a longer version. I would definitely wear the longer pants. So the fun part about having 3-piece pajama set, I think it gives you a freedom of manipulating layers, right? So today I was wearing the long pants. As I said, I just changed for taking pictures for you guys because it's super cold. And this is fleece pajamas, which, oh my goodness, they seem so warm. Regardless of the fact they have short sleeve, they provide so much level of coziness and warmth that you really don't need long sleeve pajamas. I'm speaking for myself. You can make a long sleeve version of them if you want to, but I would definitely will be overheating, especially that they are fleece. The pattern which I purchased itself, it was kind of pricey. And I have to say, for the amount of money I paid for it, it was absolutely minimum or almost zero to none instructions how to put the pattern together. And that was frustrating part for me because the first time ever I was sewing this part of color, I don't know how it's called, lapels, I think. I never did that before, so I really needed a lot of support how to put lapels together, especially with the piping in it. So I had to figure out myself watching other YouTubers' videos. It was the most challenging part of the whole pajamas. So I think the pattern itself, it's a pattern, right? It's amazing. It has different sizes. You can do either long pants or shorts, or you can skip the ruffles or not. So it's a pattern. You decided what you're gonna cut. So maybe the pattern is designed for more advanced sewers, more like professional sewers, but for intermediate like me, it was definitely way too simple. And from the all steps you have to do, the pattern has only like 5 steps instructions, and the rest of it was like go figure, which I had to do watching other people doing pajamas or reading on internet how to put lapels together. So I did figure it out. It was a struggle. I was really counting on the pattern instructions, especially that it was pricier pattern I purchased on Etsy, so I wouldn't recommend that. I didn't have any issues whatsoever, except of the fact that pattern didn't provide enough information. I made mistake with my buttons, so the last button is not same exact space as first 3 of them, but that error also, it's not from the pattern designer, it's my error, because guess what happened? One of the buttonholes came out perfectly, no problem. My sewing machine was fine. Second and third and fourth, something happened to my sewing machine and I was not able to complete it. I am still not able to complete and do the buttonholes with my sewing machines. So I think at some point I accidentally moved the hole. So the last button is a little bit closer to the rest of them. It's okay, I'm gonna live with it. It's pajamas. I love the buttons. Oh my goodness, I think the fried egg buttons, they just perfect. Actually making piping, it was surprisingly easy, and I even made a piping on my shorts over here where the ruffle meets the body of the shorts. I wish I would make the piping right over here as well, and I wish I would make the piping same on my long pants, but oh well, I didn't think of it. And also I think that the long pants are way down there, so nobody looks if you have piping there or not, and the shorts are way closer to the top. And actually, as a matter of fact, I didn't do the piping on the top because I thought that's gonna be way too much going on. I definitely used it, as you saw on previous videos. I decided to go with a simple pocket on my top, and I managed to have a pocket in long top, bottoms and shorts. So that was also great based on the fact that I was lacking with the fabric, and this fabric is not available anymore. I was trying to look up for it online, but it's sold out everywhere. I was able to find I'm sorry, my throat is dry air in the house. I was able to find one more yard or Etsy, but 1 yard's not gonna take me far. I could make a pocket out of it, but okay. So the raffle pocket, as you saw on my clips, which was left over from decisions part of the video, I attached to the butt of my pants, my shorts. So I do have side pockets, and I have a back pocket on my short. As far as improvement goes, I am so proud of myself. I learned how to do piping, and this is something which I learned on this specific project, piping and lapels. I'm not sure how you call it, so don't take me for... so I learned how to do lapels. I couldn't be happier on my serger. I was so stoked, guys. Serger is so amazing. Even if you're beginner, you should buy this serger, because this is like a beginner level serger. And I was super lucky because the local boutique girl, she told me about this serger, and she said it's currently on sale in Joann's, because everything in Joann's at the end of the year is super sale. So I am so stoked. I actually listened to her and I just got it. It makes the finish look so professional, and it's so it's like I need to make a video just about what I learned and how amazing serger is and how much you actually need it. You think you don't? No, you actually need a serger in your life. If you're planning to sew for yourself, you need a serger. So I think as far as my tips go, I'm super happy about having exactly same quilting fabric for the mask and for the scrunchie. And I think the whole set, I'm actually using this scrunchie only for sleeping. To the girls with the long hair, did you ever sleep with your hair loose and then you're changing the sides and your hair goes like everywhere in your face and you feel like you're suffocating and you just cannot, literally cannot free yourself from your own hair? I constantly struggle with that. So this is like a super loose scrunchie just to keep my hair away for sleepy time. And I wish I might get more of this fabric to make like a, you know, carry bag for my pajamas. And actually I am planning every pajama set which I have like a pouch for it. So it's gonna be nicely organized in my pajama drawer, and when I'm gonna be getting the whole set out, I'm gonna be getting that out with a sleeping mask, with a scrunchie, and the whole pajama's gonna come out in a beautiful pouch. But that's me, that's my crazy OCD and being so organized. So yeah, like on the warmer days, on the warmer winter days, I'm planning to wear shorts, but on the cold days like today, I'm just planning to run around in my longer pants. So yeah, that would be it. I am so stoked. Oh, one thing I learned also from this, how to actually install the oh my god, elastic on the pants. I found so many super fun methods how to install elastic bands. Oh my god, elastic waist, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I have to share that with you guys. This one, it's made old-fashioned way, traditionally way elastic bands. But this one, I made the same way how they make like a sweatpants with like a 3 or 4 rows and then attach it to the waist. I really love this method, and I'm never gonna have the situation that if I have wide elastic, it's just like twisting in the tunnel and I'm trying to untwist it to have like a flat waist. So this method, stoked about another thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot of more excellent projects coming out, and as you know, I am obsessed with chicken, so a lot of chicken patterns, it's coming up, but you can use the pattern whatever floats your boat, whatever you guys love, whatever you're obsessed with. You have to make this pajama set because it's so super fun and it's such a great idea. And the fleece was on such a big sale in Joann's past few days. Actually placed like a huge order. It was $2.99 per yard, guys. $2.99. So I got a ton of different pattern fleeces. So I think I'm gonna make one more pajama set for myself for Valentine's, or maybe like from the very thin flannel for spring, using exactly same pattern. Even though I was complaining about the pattern, it's fine. I figured it out. I just didn't want to figure it out. I wanted to follow her instructions or his instructions and learn from them, not spending additional time of figuring it out how to actually make it. But again, maybe this pattern is aimed for the people who are more advanced in sewing than I am currently. And yeah, so if you're like me, if you're still learning, this pattern is not for you, because you're gonna have to figure it out, tons of it, on your own. But there is like plenty other sellers which has exactly same pattern, so maybe they provide other better instructions. I can't speak for that because I bought this one. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. And because it's 28 degrees, I'm gonna put those back on, because my mother and father-in-law, they get me so amazing Christmas gift box full of art supplies. So today I am staying in bed or on the couch, and I'm just playing with my new art supplies. I'm sorry. So today is the day. Then I'm having off from videos, and thank you, mom and dad, for amazing art supplies. I love them so much. I charged yesterday everything, and you guys know what I'm talking about. And once I'm gonna wrap up this video and put it together, I'm just staying on the couch and just playing with my new art supplies. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you, mom and dad, again, for amazing gifts, and I will see you guys in the next video.